Coach, we'll start with an opening statement, then we'll open the floor for questions.
Tough game. They tell of two halves. First half we came out. Second half, started with the third quarter. We just did it. Simple as that. Talked to my team at halftime and told them, you look at Tennessee on the year, they're a second half team. And it just basically came down. I think for us, we got too caught up in not getting scores. And again, that's uncharacteristic of who I know after the last two games of Arkansas and Ole Miss. And like I always tell you, after a loss, it's as simple as this. We got to get back to work. But shout out to the students for coming. I thought they were awesome. And I just disappointed we couldn't get one for them.
So I'm here with Robbie.
What was kind of you'd spoken a little bit, but the overall thoughts of that third quarter, y'all had 5 points. What did you feel like was the biggest issue that allowed that to kind of get away from you?
At some point, you got to come and just say, guys, calm down, get a stop. I thought they were very physical. I thought they allowed the game to get really tough. They took us out of our sets. And then we missed layups, free throws, and I've seen that behavior before where we valued getting back our Mississippi State defense. I thought it was all because of buckets, to be honest with you. Too many turnovers, sloppy play, and it's unacceptable. As simple as that. It's going to be a hard film session to watch. It's one that was our game. And again, we were trying everything. We had come to Jesus meetings in the timeouts. We called sets. Fouls didn't go our way, but you know what? You got to be the tougher team, and unfortunately, we weren't.
Stephon here.
Coach, Tamari Key comes in. She has 29 minutes. She was a plus 14. When they put her in and she played most of that second half, how much do you think she kind of changed things up, especially on the offensive end for you?
Yeah, I thought she was huge. I had to play scout report defense. I thought, Jasmine Powell was unbelievable, even though she was 3 for 11. The 3 threes that she hit when I tried to change defenses were backbreakers. And then I thought she was phenomenal on the defensive end. I thought she just gave them a motor. And when she plays like the way she does, I've been saying this. That's why I told y'all in press earlier this week. I laugh when everybody keeps on saying Tennessee's down, Tennessee's hurt. Rakia Jackson's a pro. All right, and then they've got All-American kids in there. They've been hurt. They're coming back. I think they're second in the league in the SEC. So then when Jasmine gets after like that, you put it on the floor, and then you got Tamari Key, who's one of the best shot blockers in the country, sitting on ready for you. So that's where I think our team got flustered. We had a lot of late shot clocks, so we got stagnant. And we've seen that basketball before where it just wasn't good. And then we kids fight. We get a breakaway layup, and I bet my paycheck that LP makes a layup. She missed one, but it wasn't LP's fault. We had multiple situations. We come out of a timeout. We had a great timeout. We got to make 2 free throws. We go 0 for 2. And it just was one of those nights. Jess makes a block. They call a foul. And we just couldn't get some momentum there in the second half. And you could feel the energy, especially when we moved this game up. And again, shout out to our student section. But you could hear their bench the entire time and the juice that they had.
What are Jacob?
Coach, Aaron had a double-double for y'all. What did you think of her performance tonight?
I thought she was great. I'm excited for her. I just hate it happened on a loss. We know how special she is. She's capable of that. We're trying to put her in some different slots, especially those corner baseline shots. That's where she opened the game and she made it. But again, I don't want to celebrate. I know she doesn't either. On the night that she played so well, her team lost. So we got to get back, and as simple as I said, get back and roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Y'all were even in rebounds, kind of holding your own there, but they got some killer offensive boards and second chance points. I think they had 12 more points. What did you see there on that end?
Yeah, exactly what you said. That's what's heartbreaking. We got to finish plays. We talked about it, to be even on the boards in this game. You can't look at 19 second chance points, and like you said, we fought, and that it was just the perfect storm. And we allowed it to escalate and fire up. When we didn't score on the offensive end, those are the things that we let trickle. And again, it's going to be another hard film session. And like I said, all I know is we got to roll up our sleeves and work, because there's no easy ones in this SEC. I think, what was the Auburn Vanderbilt score today?
54-50.
Who won?
Vandy.
That's what I'm saying. And Auburn's won how many games? 1. So and they just beat LSU. So there's nobody in this league where you can go, okay, we played the bottom. I got a 20-point win. It's anybody's league, and everybody's beating each other up. So you got to be able to be a team that can put 4 quarters together.
In the front.
Tennessee seemed a little static defensively in the first quarter. What did they do in the rest of the game to really disrupt the backcourt, especially the ball handling and the movement?
Nothing against them. I just thought they were able to get some momentum, and then what we did is we allowed it to happen. I called timeouts. I tried to stop the flow. They're long and lanky. They were fortunate to get some 30-second shot clocks, and then next thing they know, they're like, man, we can win this here. And again, just credit to them and their energy and fight. I just thought they were the team that made the tougher plays in the second half, and like I said, once that momentum started going, it was a roller coaster. We did everything we could. My kids fought, and then you get a steal and we miss a layup, then you miss 2 free throws, and then you play defense for 25 seconds, you miss a box out, and they get a putback. So credit to them for making all the tough plays tonight.
You talk about the SEC and how tough it is. You got to go on the road to play a kind of resurgent Florida team, another former Bulldog that can really score in Leah. And what's your thoughts, just kind of looking ahead to them, what you know about them so far?
Yeah, honestly, all my attention, we've been going so fast, is on, is on Tennessee. It comes with a Monday night game for Florida. So honestly, I'm not ready to answer much on Florida because I haven't watched much. I know this: Florida almost beat Tennessee at Tennessee, and we just lost to Tennessee. So I know, again, everybody's legit. They've got great guard play, and then most importantly, I just got to make sure that we get our swagger and our fight and watch this film and learn from it. Got to have a short-term memory, and we got to have a dog mentality to bounce back.
Final question here in the back.
You talk about that momentum they had in the second half, and when those missed shots seemed to start to add up and snowball. I guess what you're telling your team to not let it snowball into the worst.
So repeat the question again.
I'm sorry. When those missed shots start to add up and you feel like you can't get one to go in the bucket, I guess, what is it that you're telling them to try to get them? And you chipped back a bit too.
Yeah, I think it just comes to accountability and looking at each other. I mean, I've got some older kids that's hard, right? Lauren was getting beat up, and it starts with my point guards. Her and Miracle to keep the team together, and that, like, hey, one stop, stop, score, stop. We just couldn't get that mentality. Again, as a whole, even we've been great with bench minutes. People coming in and maximizing situations. It just was one of those nights. The team didn't click, and then unfortunately the team took an L. So again, film's going to be really great. Where hey, I could have helped here, and everything's going to be nothing about making a shot. It's going to be all the little things. This box out, not repeating a call. I think there was 4 possessions. I kept telling my staff, guys, we're not executing. And then some kid would say, well, I didn't hear it. That's when you're caught up in the wrong stuff, and those little things affect winning, and that's what happened tonight.
Thank you, Coach.